Look at this. I got headphones on. I got a mic going. Baby.
If
Huh?
only people could see you now.
Hey, no video. We've gone through this before.
All right,
No
all right,
video.
all right. Welcome to This Commerce Life. This is a podcast aimed at small, medium entrepreneurs focused on commerce. I'm Phil, your host, and Kenny, your co-host, will join us as well. And we're going to talk to you about the world of retail and commerce and how things are changing in the world.
Very good.
Excellent.
Very good.
Excellent.
Coming off a huge podcast. Big podcast.
We do now 101.
We're
It's
screwed now.
You know?
That was it, man. That was the highlight.
That was the one.
Yeah, we crushed it. It's over.
I know.
I was thinking the same. I thought, geez. I wanted to take a listen to it just to get an idea.
Yeah.
Again, I always make sure we're not like complete chooches.
You
good one.
I think you were particularly celebratory because
you better believe it.
My problems and not your.
You better believe it. Like a fat kid on a Smartie, baby. I was all over that. All over it. What the hell? Why not?
I know.
Listen, when it starts going my way, I'm running. I am running.
Oh man.
You better believe it.
Man.
And when I start doing, throwing sort of the human resource thing at you and, understanding, come on.
I know.
I mean, we're crushing it.
I know. I love
crushing it.
I love it.
That was good though. It was a good episode. I enjoyed it. I did take a listen because I wanted to hear it.
Yeah.
Just it's always good having Laurie on. So really.
Yeah. We 100 episodes, right? So thanks to listeners for staying with us.
Yeah, that's insane.
Maybe you listened to us the first couple of ones and then blanked out for the next 90 or so, but we actually have lots of listeners that listen to us, so
which is nice. So thank you.
Amazing. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd stick around for 100 episodes, but I'm glad someone did.
It's a lot. Thank you to fans. Thank you to a friend of mine, Geoff Wong. He is the guy who's putting us on Samsung Bixby.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So
is that good or bad? What does that mean?
No, that's good. So all the voice stuff, the Bixby stuff that's happening. Bixby is like Alexa or Google Home.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
And so we're going to be on the Samsung Bixby stuff. So that's kind of wicked. So
good
thanks,
for
Geoff
us.
Wong. Yeah. Thanks, Geoff Wong.
Good for us.
I know.
Thank you.
I know. Thank you.
Really don't know what the hell it means, but good for us anyway. Thank you, Mr. Wong, for doing all you do.
Oh man, but yeah, no. So what's going on with you?
Nothing. It's getting close to year end, right?
Are you? So Black Friday is coming. Are you going to do any? Are you looking
Personally?
for anything? Are you shopping for anything?
To be honest with you,
yeah.
Quite frankly, I don't know if I could give a shit, and I'll tell you why. Because Black Friday kind of lasts for the month anyway. So
yeah,
it started last week. It'll run until sometimes mid-December.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any skookum Black Friday deal that I need to do on Black Friday.
I don't
need anything, buddy. I honestly, my needs have been filled years ago. Like we're well into stupid wants. You know what I mean? So
no. I mean, wants count too.
Yeah, I don't even know what I want anymore. Like I think I'm done. Not done, but
I think you're making
holidays.
You're making storefront owners despair.
I know, but there's only so much stuff I can buy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd rather do a trip.
Yeah.
I'd rather do a holiday.
Yeah. I think
there's always cool toys. I mean, I would look at another. I've been thinking about. No, this is not going to help anybody though. I would go back into maybe picking up an old film camera. Just farting around with an old film camera. I've been thinking about buying a small.
Yeah.
I had hundreds because I bought and sold them, right?
Yeah. No, I've got my dad has a Pentax. My dad was a Pentax guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I've got his camera now. I've got his film camera. I used to right through university, shot black and white everywhere. And I've got the camera now. But it's the film. I got to go out and buy film for it now,
which is kind of a pain in the butt. So
I could get it sent to the house. Just go to B&H or go to what do you call Henry's or whoever.
yeah.
It's not that you
then
can't find it.
But where do you get it developed then?
London still develops it.
Do they really?
Yeah, probably
Okay.
send it to them. I'm sure you could. Well, I'm sure you could do it. Yeah, via mail or I don't know, whatever the hell they do.
Maybe Costco.
Costco might. I'm sure there's a location. I'm sure Henry's or something like that. If they don't do it, there'll be someone in Toronto.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that still develop film. I mean, I know it sounds
Really?
insane.
Yeah, it does sound insane, actually. Okay.
There's a lot of people that like it. Like a lot of people like it's like music, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the LP sort of made I mean, it's not making a comeback like it ever would because it can't. But it's made a definite comeback.
Though. It's got a niche.
I like my LPs. I love my old vinyl. No, I don't mind pops and cracks and spits and burps.
Oh, me too. Me too. But I'm
like
not going back. I'm not going back. I gave it all up already. So.
Oh, see, I have all my stuff still.
Yeah.
That's another thing. See, again, you know what I would do? I'd go buy an old amp. Right? Because I mean, I'd like to, you know, I've got an old turntable.
Okay.
A lot of the new phono amps just don't work well anymore, right? They don't seem to anyway. So I mean, I probably should go buy maybe a 25, 30-year-old amplifier. But see, if I'm going to do that, then I know my tendencies. Then I'm going to be thinking, well, then I probably should buy something collectible, you know, because why waste your money on something so old? So I'd probably go look for like a Yamaha. Maybe I'd even go preamp.
Oh my gosh!
Maybe go get an old Bryston or an old Yamaha B1 or some pig.
If you are a vintage retailer,
I am your guy.
Kenny's the man for you.
Any of the new people, I'm sorry, Black Friday is not working for me. You're a vintage guy and you want to do Black Friday, I could be trouble.
But there is something in there, right? Like that is a trend. Like the whole.
I like vintage, buddy. I like vintage everything. I collect coins.
The whole vintage
watches.
But whether it's authentic vintage or imitation vintage,
no, I need authentic.
I think I know you do, but I'm just saying that.
Well, it's not vintage.
No, but I'm just saying that there's a trend there that if you're a retailer, you might want to think about that, right? Is the throwback stuff is happening right now, right?
If someone would do an old school, see, the problem with someone's vintage is different than used.
Yeah.
Or pawn shop.
Yeah.
If someone did a vintage style, there's a lot of mental cases like me out there that would be all over it. There's a lot of hardcore audiophiles. There's a lot of hardcore. Yeah. I mean, that's what we're talking about, film people or camera people. There's a lot of people out there. I still got a medium format. I got an old Rolleiflex, it must be a 1961, 62. Mint. Absolute mint. I don't know how to use it. I've never shot medium format.
Really?
35 millimeter all day. Because I mean, I bought and sold it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything. I bought my first film camera. I didn't even know how to load it.
Yeah.
Because I already bought it when digital was already just getting ready to start, right? But I was buying and selling film camera like there was no tomorrow.
I think I don't know. I think there's something there. I mean, I look at all the Bluetooth speakers that are now shaped like Marshall's amps from before. You know, with the old 70s big grills.
Those I'm sort of okay
like
with because there's nothing you can do. You can't Bluetooth an old Marshall.
Yeah.
You can't. But
the vintage look, right? Like, so I think there's something there, right? Like
that
I think there's something there.
Yeah.
So.
But no, if I'm buying an amp, if I'm buying an old Yamaha, I want an old Yamaha. If I want an old Macintosh or whatever I decide, I'm going real. I'm not going to go at all.
Old school.
Yeah, totally. I mean, who gives a shit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to fry eggs on it. I don't give a shit about. Remember, I'm buying the vet. I don't care, man. You know, I'm going to turn the thing on. It'll heat the room.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I'm saving energy somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably drawing more electric current than half the block. But you know, it is what it is.
If everybody switched to LED lights, you'll balance them all back out, right?
There you go.
You know,
I'm doing my part.
Yeah, you are, man.
We may need a dam or two built. You know, you need people like me.
Oh, Kenny.
Yeah.
Kenny.
Listen, I came off a high of season 100 or episode 100.
I know.
I can't maintain it for more than one episode.
100. Man.
It's a long haul, man. I'm surprised I'm not surprised. Because people ask me, and I said, I said, honestly, I didn't really know Phil at all.
Yeah.
Before we met in the coffee bar. And
no, not really.
In November of 2017. Yeah. I mean, I met you a couple times. Literally, that was it.
Yeah. Well,
was a
and
LinkedIn.
we
Hey,
knew
you
each
want to?
other. Yeah, we knew each
Yeah,
other from like the industry and kind of like LinkedIn, and then
but that's it. I mean, it
but
wasn't like
that's
there was
it.
any
Yeah.
personal.
So
Like, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
if we walked on the street,
yeah,
walk by each other, we'd walk by each other,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's or
yeah,
you'd
yeah,
think,
yeah.
I think I know that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, I know that guy. Or you might go, oh, yeah, I kind of know you. How's it going? But the passing by would definitely happen.
I think I lost you, man. I think your internet's a little
Uh,
spotty. Was that me or you?
Yeah, I think that's me. That's the problem. Is
Mine
it
should be
me?
fine. I'm on.
Yeah, I think that's me. Hmm.
But oh, it says my internet connection's unstable.
Uh-oh.
Bullshit.
Uh-oh.
Bullshit.
That's the network going, 101 episodes, man. You guys need
Yeah, that's it. You guys are losers. It's what happens. This is what happens. When you don't have Lori on the show.
I know.
Right away goes
That
right
might
to
be
shit.
Lori. That might be Lori going.
It's probably Jimmy because we didn't say nice things about Jimmy.
I know. Oh man, but yeah, no. So I'm kind of stoked, and 100 episodes in, I'm 101, and I'm still looking forward to talking to you. So I think we're
not bad. Considering, I mean, seriously, like something
Yeah.
before we got sort of internet interrupted.
Yeah.
We didn't really know each other.
Yeah.
So start doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we're really good friends, and we
Yeah.
haven't seen each other since the coffee bar. We talk every single week. We have not seen each other. Absolutely.
Oh, that is true. And I've been
And
in
prior
your
to
city,
that,
you've
I
been
probably
in
hadn't
mine.
seen you in 5, 6, 7, 8 years before that.
Easily that. Yeah.
So literally in the last like 12 years, I've seen you twice.
Yeah.
Once at the 12-year mark, once 2 years ago. And 101 episodes later, we're still,
That's hilarious.
That's pretty cool.
I love it. It is. It's really cool.
What the hell, man?
It's really
pretty cool.
Yeah. Man. So what's going on with you? What's
nothing. Honestly, right now it's year end. It's just everybody. Just every single one of them. Oh my God bless them all. And I got to watch because some of them listen to the podcast, right? So I can't single any of them out because they're all the same.
Yeah. Kenny loves you all.
Every single one
loves you all.
Oh, but you know what? When you're in industries, and all of them, so it doesn't matter which commodity I'm talking about. You're in industries, and you're actually doing okay. You're ahead.
Yeah.
And you know that the marketplace in general is not ahead.
Yeah.
Like the Canadian retail space is interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't care. Pick any of the commodities, whether it's alcohol, whether it's supplements, whether it's skincare, hair care. Like everything is flat to down.
Yeah.
In traditional channels, which is where our whole world is.
Yeah.
Right. It might be up in online. It might be up in some untracked or some niche areas, but for the most part, it's flat to down.
Yeah.
All my guys are up.
Wow.
And they all still piss on mom. Fuck.
What?
What? It's
I don't.
There's nothing here. There's nothing revolutionary. This is all steady Eddie stuff, and we're up. God bless it.
I'm not sure that I know of a single.
I always want to be more up too, but sometimes you know what? It's like anything. It's like we just finished saying. You got it.
Yeah.
You're in a spot where you don't. It's all positive. Yes, we could always want more. I understand that.
Yeah.
But sometimes you know what you got to do. You got to look around you. Before you go through your want list of what you need in the house, walk around, take a look around, then go walk down the neighborhood and see whatever people have.
But
you start thinking you're in a better spot than most.
We do talk about like celebrating wins and making sure
take the win.
But here's the thing. Here's the one thing is I think that when business is good, I don't know. I think there's superstition in the business where you're just kind of like, I just can't celebrate that hard, right? Like I don't think you should celebrate that hard, but you shouldn't go to negative. You take the wins. I think you celebrate quickly and then you keep going. Yeah.
And then you keep plugging.
Yeah.
You don't rest on your laurels. That is a completely different philosophy.
Yeah.
But when you're winning, take the wins.
You definitely, I mean, that's something that we do talk about, but we don't do a lot here is celebrating wins. Like the end of the year is a good time to go, yeah, you know what? We actually the year didn't beat us. We beat the year. Like that's kind of important.
Look in the grand scheme of things, like seriously, like you look around and everything's okay.
Yeah.
I know it's always, it feels airy fairy, good families.
Yeah.
good jobs.
Yeah.
Money's not an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, what are you worried about?
Yeah.
What do you complain about? Yeah, could it be better? Sure, anything could be better.
Yeah. But celebrate wins, right?
Take
Like
it.
really, yeah.
Exactly.
Celebrate wins. Yeah.
We saw it was David Chilton a couple weeks ago at one of the at the retail event, and one of the things he said was, as Canadians, what we do really piss poorly, or we do it really well, but it's a piss poor thing to be doing well at, is we complain a lot. We take for granted what we have. We don't look around. This country is a freaking incredible country. Good people. It's safe. It's stable.
Yeah.
It's clean. There's win on win on win on win, even in the business world, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
It's
first
not
world.
a bad
lot
gig.
of them are first world problems, right?
Oh my God, they're beyond first world for a lot of people. They're not even a world.
Yeah.
It means for some people, but most of this planet is they go to Mars. They can't even dream of what the worst parts of our world are.
Yeah.
Like that would be a dream.
Yeah.
And again, it's not to say again, I don't rest on anything, but I'm sorry, but I'll take, when it's a win, I'm going to take the win.
Yeah.
What the hell? So
I agree with you.
Beat him by 1 touchdown, not 30. So what?
Yeah. Okay.
It's in the win column, baby. It's in the win column.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you don't look for next year's drafts. It doesn't mean you don't look at trading some players or moving things around.
Yeah.
But you definitely take the win when you have it.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
I agree. It is something that we should do more of, right? Is to take some time and definitely celebrate some wins, right?
What you're gonna go to the pet? You're gonna go to the pet industry in February.
Yep.
What are you gonna talk about? You're gonna talk about how shitty the market is, the fact everything's online, or you talk about the fact you're still open, you're here, you're doing something right. We just need to do more of it because you're still open.
Yeah, yes, I agree. I just think that I don't know. Like this might be one where we get the listeners to wander in, but I think kind of figuring out how to celebrate, but also how to keep moving, right? Like not resting on your laurels.
Rest on your laurels is a problem. That's a mistake. Yeah. We always go to sports because it's the easiest one, right? Yeah. You rest on the team that you had last year. Yeah. That team's a year older.
Yeah.
Sport, that's 10% of the life of any team, maybe less, maybe 15%.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Really not very bright.
Yeah.
Right? You should always be looking for prospects. Yeah. You should always be looking for the next win. You should always be looking at the ways to get a better team, 100%. But that doesn't mean you don't celebrate when you're winning.
I think that the superstition in the business, right? Like really, the superstition in the business, I think is really prevalent, right? Like it's kind of like, with startups, when you get funding, you never talk about the money until it's in the bank, right? So even after you sign term sheets and all that kind of stuff.
Well, that's just good business because you can't. I mean, you can't spend what you don't have.
Talks about it, right? But nobody even celebrates or talks about it until the money's actually.
Till the money's in the bank, you got nothing to celebrate. That's why.
Yeah.
That's like celebrating the win on paper. Oh, your team looks great.
Yeah.
What are you celebrating?
Yeah.
You haven't played a game yet.
Yeah, and I think
the first game.
Yeah.
Get a win, celebrate. You don't celebrate the preseason. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. I just think
my fantasy pool looked pretty good on paper too.
Yeah.
Not live.
No, but I think retail is there's that suspicion in there, right? Is everybody's superstitious about that stuff, right? Is even when you're having a great year, they're really terrible at celebrating, right? Is you kind of like the best you do is you kind of do one of these, right? And kind of it's a podcast, so nobody can see me do that, but I kind of like.
I know, I was waiting for you to describe what you did.
I know, so I kind of like.
What are people supposed to do with that?
It's like you pretend you're not to see it, so I've got my hand up against my face, like so I'm blocking one angle, so I pretend.
I think that's to me. I just think it's a mistake.
Yeah,
I think if you don't take time to celebrate a couple wins, what the hell are you doing this for?
Yeah.
Because if you don't celebrate any of the wins, what win do you celebrate?
Yeah.
Because if what you're saying is true, then the mentality is you never celebrate. If you're never celebrating, what the fuck are you doing this for?
But I think that, and I think that's what I'm banging on is I think that we in the business we do a lot of that, right? We do a lot of non-celebrating, right? Like you kind of like you get out of the year, and then whether it's a complaint or whether it's simply just kind of like meh, like meh, I got
Yeah.
out of the year, like how do I do better next year? But we do have to take a moment to kind of go, nah, you know
Yes,
what?
I got out of the year.
Yeah,
I
it
did
was
really
a pretty
well.
good
How do
year,
I do better next
like
year? It's the
look,
same
it's
thing.
all black, right? Look,
Fuck,
I
the
came out in
doors
the
aren't
black.
closed.
Like that's yeah.
No, and again, you might you can laugh, sure. When everybody's booming, that maybe not be the goal.
Yeah.
But this is world's not booming right now in a lot
No.
of ways. So quite
No.
frankly, if you are in the black and open at the end of the year, take a 5 seconds
Yeah.
to celebrate.
Yeah.
Should you be looking for the next win? Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be an idiot. Don't sit there and just and rest
Yeah,
on it.
definitely
You
not.
should always be striving to do better.
Yeah.
That should be a given. But if you aren't going to celebrate any wins, when do you celebrate? Like, what's the win?
No,
Like, what are you
gotta
doing
do
this
it.
for? If there's no time
Yeah.
to celebrate, why bother?
Yeah, you got to do it.
To me, anyway, because I'd lost interest. What am I doing this for? To be miserable every time I do well?
Yeah.
Like, I got to have some time where I think, okay, shit, you know what? I bucked the trend. I'm ahead.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Could we be more ahead? Yes. How do we do it? Okay, let's go.
I'm
good with that.
I think it's a neat one to hear from the listeners. If somebody wants to wander in, love to hear if you do celebrate or not. What you do. Do you have a suspicion? Or do you have a superstition? Not a suspicion.
I'm super superstitious. You know that. Like I man, you don't do same clothes for certain things, same look, same route, same food. Don't do anything different. Are you kidding me?
So I think
Catholic,
it'd be,
man, the whole thing's based on guilt and suspicions.
Yeah.
Or superstitions. I worry about everything.
I think this would be a great one to hear. So I think if you have a superstition about the end of the year, the close of the year, and how you celebrate getting out of the year and kind of like moving into the new year, that this would be a great time.
I would love to hear what people think about that.
Yeah, and if you, I'm thinking out loud, but I think what might be really cool is like we've got Richard coming in on the 19th, right?
Yeah.
You said? So that might be our last episode of the year on the 19th. But I think whatever our last episode of the year is, we should read out some of these if people are willing to send them in.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm totally fine with that.
Think?
Well, the last one could be we could do later. We could do
or we could celebrate the first of the new year. Yeah.
I'm sure we'll do one over Christmas. I think we did last year even. I don't think we kind of stopped.
I think we actually skipped a week. Like the 19th will be the last week before Christmas.
Yeah, the
26th
is Boxing Day.
26th is Boxing Day. And then we'll be back. Yeah,
the second.
The second, yeah.
Whatever. We can figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, send us stuff and we'll figure out what to do with it. That would be amazing.
I would just I would just hate to think that people don't celebrate.
Yeah.
Those things. We got to, you celebrate birthdays, you celebrate anniversaries, it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't try harder or try to stay healthier or try to keep winning, but shit, take the minute to take a bow. I
think back to all the years, we did celebrate when we hit bonus and those sort of things, but we didn't actually celebrate. So I think of all the years in CPG, I'm not actually sure that we ever took time. Like you did the company parties and things like that where they kind of talk about it, but like mentally we didn't actually take time out to go, nailed it.
I don't think we did either in my old place.
Yeah.
But what I try to do now is I definitely try to take the win.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's a healthy. I don't think it's a healthy way.
I don't think so either.
Things.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's right. To be honest with you, I actually think it's wrong. I'm that black and white on this one. I think if you don't take a chance to take the win, all the bullshit you're telling your people, all the other times that you matter, and all this means shit.
Yeah, it doesn't mean a whole lot.
You're talking out of your ass because at the end of the day, it's obviously never enough for you. Whoever it is, doesn't matter who it is. Like I say, and I've got all of them who've come off good years. Could they have been better? Sure. Could they have been worse? Well, that would have been better because that more accurate because that's where the market is.
Yeah.
So you buck the trend.
Yeah.
So you've got a win on a win. Right? Take it.
Yeah, that's definitely cause for, at least a pause. Like if you're superstitious enough not to celebrate.
Exactly. You don't have to have a party and split for the next month.
Yeah.
But take it.
Yeah.
Take
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
and then
I
push
agree.
forward.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100% push forward. But I don't. Anyway, that's just that's sort of where the week's been, right? With all of them,
Wow.
and I haven't even done we're not even out of this month, and now obviously we're all worried about now it's Q1, Q2. I mean, I don't,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
whatever.
Already planning.
What are you gonna do now?
Yeah. Well,
now it's last minute pushes and whatever, but whatever.
We talked about this last time, but my business model is so different. But I'm actually panicking because I'm worried about not being able to reach all the people I want to talk to before they all disappear for the holidays. Do you know what I mean? Like,
totally.
And so
most of the world's going to be gone from the 15th to the 30th. 15th to about the 5th.
Yeah.
And then, because of our population base in this country has changed over a number of years, then you got Chinese New Year's, another bump.
Yeah.
Right. So you got two nice big hits in a matter of 6 weeks. I mean, you seriously, you got to get your shit together now.
Yeah. You really
do. And giddy up.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're going to have a lull.
Yep.
For a couple months. That's not good.
No.
Then you panic.
Not great. Yeah.
Then I understand the panic. Like I could start panicking now for that.
Yeah. It's true. So anyway, I mean, but different. But I'm doing the same thing, really. Right? Is getting ready for everything coming up. But
I think you have to, though. I think that's to me. So, but I think that's sometimes the fun of it too, though. Right?
Yeah.
Is try to get some stuff done, clean it up, get going.
Yeah.
And then get ready to start a brand new year.
Yeah.
Do it all again.
I can't. I'm having trouble with that one. Like, this year's gone super fast. I mean, you think of where we were at the beginning of this year, talking about what are we doing with these things? I was embarking on this, whole NIMI thing, and it's just been like upside down crazy.
It's been insanity.
Right?
I've never had
all of a sudden
so
we're done.
Go on.
Right? And all of a sudden we're done. Like,
I know.
That's it, That's amazing.
It's kind of cool though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I was it's funny you say that because I was thinking about that. I was going back and thinking, for years and years and years, it was sort of the same kind of run.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the year went quickly, but
yeah.
What I started the year with wasn't much different than what I ended the year with.
Yeah.
Same desk, same sort of thing.
Yeah.
But the last couple of years, since my world's been a little more topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
And this year probably more than a lot.
Most,
holy shit, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I've done 6 years in one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world. It's been awesome.
Freaking fun.
Oh my God, it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the difference too. Maybe because I haven't. It's easier to. I don't know, maybe it's just easier when you've done so many different things in the same time period, or you've got other things on the go that you don't get just wrapped up or focused into one. I don't know. I'm trying to rationalize it now, and I don't know what it is.
Wait, what are you trying to rationalize?
I'm trying to figure out why I might look not just for the wins, but the way I probably have a tendency maybe to celebrate more is because I don't know what it is.
I think it's okay. I actually think.
Oh, I like it. I'm not going to change.
Yeah. I mean, if
I get a win, I take it. I'm happy. I'm not going to give it back.
I think here's the difference, right? Is both of us love what we do, and so it's we celebrate a whole lot more than anybody else, right? Because every day that we're doing this, you're kind of going, I pass that test every day, right? Every day you wake up and go,
I can't believe I'm actually going to do this again.
Do I want to do,
man.
We don't do that, right?
No.
We both had jobs where you go oh yeah, I gotta go do that thing. I gotta get out. It makes me anxious. I don't want to do it. Now we don't have that problem, right?
No.
You get up and you do it because I wanted to do that anyway, right?
So, because I enjoy doing it. Exactly. Maybe that's the difference too, though, right? That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. You say it in better English than I do. But maybe that's what it is that,
good.
You speak real good.
I speak good. Yeah.
I hear good too. Not really. Although I did prove the other day that I do listen well, because I was able to, repeat things
Yeah.
that people tell me. So I'm pretty good with that.
Oh man.
But anyway, that's kind of where that's what the week's been, is kind of sitting back and sort of trying to just put more reflection on it
Yeah.
and say,
Yeah,
listen, I've had the discussion with 3 different people, sit back and really take a look at it
yeah.
before you get too down. Like, just
Yeah.
look at it, really and truly look at it.
Yeah.
Is it that bad? Like, really?
Is it crazy?
I don't think you should do cartwheels. I didn't say
Yeah.
that. I didn't say throw a party.
Yeah.
But Christ almighty, like, eat a piece of cake
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah,
put
I think
whipping
so.
cream on it. Like, enjoy it. You
Yeah.
deserve it. You did it.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
You did better than most.
I agree. I really agree. Yeah.
So anyway, that's sort of been the week. Now I'm just trying to figure out what to do for the next 5 or 6 of them before they all shut down.
Yeah.
And then we light it up again.
Oh man. I'm it's kind of neat. I'm starting the next phase of all of this content stuff we've been doing. Like, we've been right sizing everything. And now I'm starting to now I feel like we're starting to hit a stride. Like, I've got management thinking about the right words to use. Like, we're a more complex business than most, right? And so the way you say things and how you say things is really important. And the management team has now realized that, if they're unclear, then everybody else is unclear, right?
Oh, that's a huge step in a tech industry.
Yeah.
Like, to get tech people to kind of sort of dumb it down, for lack of a better, like, wow.
Yeah. And so we're getting
there.
Like, we're starting to get into, and I'm into new territory, right? Like, I don't have experience lassoing execs into wordsmithing what their vision looks like. I have skills for helping people zero in on what they need, but this is a slightly different exercise, right? Because you're really, like, you've got to sweat out all the little bits and bobs and get to, like, the big picture stuff and then work your way down.
So what were you doing? Tell me what you were doing.
So like, really simple things, right? Is we never had a why. We always had a what or how.
Right.
We're a biometric solution. We help you with security, compliance, blah blah blah. And then we start asking the whys, and there's kind of a rule, right? Is if you ask 5 whys, you generally get to mostly the truth. And what we realized is that what we're really trying to do is solve the equation of how to assure somebody's identity. Do you know?
Yeah.
And that's really the simplest thing that we do, is assuring. So we came up with assuring it's you. And it's that simple.
How tight is that?
Yeah, right. Like, and that was 2 hours of work, like, to get to that phrase. And then it became, and then that's the why, and then the what was, we configure, build, and implement security systems is the what. And so, like, super tight phrases allows people to go, oh, I understand. Like, you're building biometric enabled devices that help to assure the identity of the employee. But now where I'm at is, I need, the assuring it's you is 3 words, right? But if you're building a web page, if you're building collateral, if you're building brochures, assuring it's you isn't enough. Like, we need to take it a whole step further.
It's a great catch.
Yep.
Now you got to play with it.
Yeah, and now you got to be able to say, look, like, here's why we do that, right? Because assuring your identity is hard, but it shouldn't be, right? And when people use login and passwords that can be passed around, or pass cards that can be passed around, you can't assure anything, right? Because those identities aren't confirmed. So now we have, you know, like, so
Yeah, but
there's
the
like
why
this
is perfect.
little,
We're assuring
yeah,
it's you. How do we do that?
correct.
By doing these things.
Yeah, correct.
You know,
Correct.
that's
Yeah.
different. It's
Yeah.
funny you say this. So all day Monday,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to take Rich's thunder away because I'll let
Okay.
Rich talk about it on the
Okay.
19th. But we did a full day of session.
Yeah.
That's all we did. So we
Yeah.
came up with sort of why do we do what we do?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what's the purpose?
Yeah.
And we did, and we sat all day and we did the same thing. We put a whole bunch of
Yeah.
words on the wall and
Yeah.
what words suit us, and we picked the words
Yeah.
and we came up. I'm not going to do it because I'll get Rich to do it.
Yeah.
We came up with our why,
Yeah.
and then we came up with the what and the how.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
essence, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that took a full day
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
6 or 7 people.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. But the reason, like assuring it's you, is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Because you know what? That's, to me, that's clear enough, or it's unclear enough to be clear. So it's enough for me to say, well, what do you mean? Like,
yeah.
That's interesting. Well, I don't.
And it's
Well, I know it's
grammatically,
me, and you're thinking, no, you don't know.
Yeah, it's
Here's why
grammatically
you don't
incorrect too, right? So it actually works because so another English major in the group, when we can't use that, it's grammatically incorrect. And I said,
Gives a
no,
shit.
no, that's actually what
exactly
you want, right?
Absolutely.
Because it poses the question of like, I've got to fix it, or I've got to figure out why they use what they use, right? Like, and that kind of like generates all the questions, right? But
I think
so,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. So now I'm into the next stage, which is, okay, guys, like we need we're into some of the bits and bobs of what do these things mean. Like we understand what it means for pharmaceutical industry. Like there are 3 pillars: there's security, compliance, and productivity, right? We help you with those 3 things. But when you roll it up a step, what happens if I want to go to oil and gas, or I want to go to food and bev? Like security and productivity work, compliance not so much, right? Maybe they don't care. But is it about traceability? What are those words? What, you know, like what's the, you know, and so that's kind of the, you know, that's kind of where you got to get to, because
But it all goes up to the top easily.
Yeah.
Assuring it's you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it was, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
If it's assuring it's you, what's the difference what it's in?
Yeah.
Assuring it's you as an identity, assuring it's you as it's the right ingredients in the right package at the right time.
Correct.
Assuring it's you that's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're, you know, so we're there. We've got to fill in, because the organization will take that, and like engineers will hear different things out of it. You know, the compliance people will hear different things out of it. QA will hear. And so like, I need these guys to we need to kind of like hammer out the next stage of that, so it's definitively clear. And then the organization can then go away and do what they need to do with it. Do you know what I mean? So that's where,
but I think this is actually so simplistic and complicated at the same time. This one's not hard.
No.
Any of the departments should understand it, because if you're solidly going after the solid why of assuring it's you, what's the difference what department it is?
No, it does matter. Like the bits and bobs matter, right? Like, you know, you get into, not to get all the way in this, but you know, when you start to get into how you deliver it with multi-factor authentication, right? Like, what do those factors mean? What are the factors? You know, like there's like a whole series of things that we haven't quite agreed on yet. We haven't quite sorted out yet. So how we deliver that assurance is debated, right, among leadership team.
Phil, but that's fine. That's what those departments and that's what those should be doing. But it doesn't deviate from the why. And as long as they continue to focus on that, what they do should get to that end.
But that's the issue with this business, right? Is that
they just not getting the connection.
You really do that, yeah. It's kind of like it's kind of like over the counter drugs. Do you know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know, and the way you deliver really does matter. And so, you know, I think that's where the mindset of this team was before was hey, we've set that top line, that's enough, right? But and in a lot of businesses it'd be enough. In this one it's not, right? Like this one we need to get into it, because we will disagree as groups on how you go about that business, and that cause all sorts of issues with the way you communicate, right? So
Right. I guess
yeah.
my point is that would happen in any business, because most businesses you have
Maybe.
competing production
Yeah.
argues with procurement.
Yeah.
Production and procurement argue with
Yes.
warehousing.
Correct.
Because they're all different. They're competing for different resources.
Yes. Yeah.
The guy in logistics and stuff is looking for space.
Yeah.
The guy in procurement's looking for deals, doesn't care.
Yeah. I'm not looking to solve that. I just
no.
I
You just got to make sure everybody's looking for the same.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to know that when a customer shows up, we all say the same thing.
That's
right?
exactly. And what your goal is all about assuring it's you.
Yeah.
That's your whole mantra. How you get there in each department, I get it. Might be a little different.
Yeah.
But if you can get all these people thinking sort of what Jobs did.
Yep.
Jobs did. What did he say to everybody in essence, right? You make things that they don't know they need.
Yeah.
You make it so that you have no choice but to use these things.
Yeah.
Making it simple. They didn't make computers.
Yeah.
Like it's all that, right?
Yeah.
I love your guys' one.
Yeah.
Like I thought ours was awesome. I love yours.
Thanks. Yeah, it took a lot of work. I mean, like, look,
I've
been talking about it since I got there, right? So we're like a year in.
I know.
And it took this long, right? So
I really like it, though.
sometimes it takes a grind to get there, right? So, yeah, it's good.
But it also takes discipline, and people got to be, it took us quite a while to get to these places too, because we're small and we're ad hoc. We just do things. We're completely reactionary.
Yeah.
As opposed to proactive for the most part.
We are.
Yeah.
We are not that different. Yeah.
But that's typical small and startup.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how you run, because you're just running.
Yeah.
Like you're just running. Where are you running to? Well, nobody really knows, but you're running.
Yeah.
And as long as you're not running out of anything like money, you just keep running. Right?
Yes.
It's running out that's the problem.
Yeah.
Running is good. We all run.
Yeah.
As long as you don't run out of anything before you get to the end of the run, it's all good in the hood.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's funny though, right? We spent all Monday.
Yeah.
And we walked out, and I think everybody felt really good.
It's on the celebration front, this is probably a really good place for businesses to be, is if you have a superstition about celebrating. This is actually a really good exercise to do at the end of the year, is kind of look back and go, do we hit our why? Do we have a why?
Do we have
don't have a why? Then maybe turn this celebration into a bit of a thinking thing, right? And like start carving up what the why is. And then if you had a great year, figure out, does the why still work? And then how do I make the why better in the following year, right? Like all of those things help you, kind of get ready for that.
Or the why is still solid, or the hows and what's up to speed.
Yeah. How do we
tune that up? You may not have to tweak your why. The why may be spot on.
Yeah.
It's your how and what's that aren't kind of at the why level yet.
Turn your complaint into, something solid that you can do something with, right? So if you nailed a 3 or 4% growth rate and you really wanted to hit 8, that's probably a good place to start, is to go test the why. It's still good, but then my how just didn't deliver, right? So what do I do? What do I do different that makes 8 next year? So
right?
Yeah.
But at least you're thinking toward it's I guess what it is, and this is why if I knew that all my clients, if I knew that they had started the year the way we're sort of doing this, what we're talking about now, with the why, a clear why, and the what's and hows were all lined up, and you didn't achieve a realistic goal, then I think you've got something to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't think you should not celebrate necessarily, but you definitely have something to talk about. But if you went into the year the same way you did last year, with really no new plan, but it was just the same sort of mantra, well, guys, I mean, you can't, you own that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And
if you had a good year, definitely take the celebration, because quite frankly, I'm not convinced you can replicate that year, because I'm not too sure you even know, I'm not even too sure you knew how you got to that year.
Yeah. Yeah. I think those,
you know what I mean? You got horseshoes up your ass. Take it and run. Now, if you really sat down and planned it out and things went sideways, I still think what you should do is be proud of yourselves that you planned it out, and now go back and say, okay, what what did we plan that we were a little delusional on,
Yeah.
or what happened?
Yeah.
Like you can still find positives in, it's like sort of we talked about with the friend with not just your friend the other day with Lori's, that why would shit, man, if every day is going to be just misery and you're always down, what are you doing this for?
Yeah.
Christ almighty, you got to have something to get excited about. I hope.
Okay, listeners, this is the call. This is the call. Tell us,
man. Tell us
what it is. What should you be celebrating, and then what do you do to celebrate? And then if you have a year-ending kind of superstition.
Well, calendar years are ending for everybody.
Yeah.
No matter if you're on a fiscal or not, everybody sort of benches off a calendar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I like it. And then we'll collect them all, and then we'll talk about them probably the first week of January, I think. But
yeah, anyway, good idea.
Very cool.
Good idea. Who do we have on for next week? Just me and you again?
Just me and you.
Okie dokie.
You, man.
All good in the hood.
And then Richard the 19th of December.
And I think Lori's on the 12th.
Lori's on the 12th. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
Awesome, man.
Excellent, sir.
Okay, buddy.
Well,
I'm gonna go do some work.
Good evening.
You gotta go to bed.
Going to bed. Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I got a couple 3-4 hours before I go to bed, so
okay,
I'll get some shit done.
All right.
Okay, my friend.
Okay.
Always a pleasure.
Ciao, man.
We chat later.
Talk to you later.
Ciao.
Bye.
All right, that's the end of this Commerce Life. We'll be back soon with the next episode. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. Give us feedback. Tell us what you think. Subscribe, like us, join us, share us, tell your friends about us. And we hope to see you next time with more commerce news.